Hello, welcome back to the Project Saurabh channel, and in this video we are going to be talking about how to get things done in 2025. So as you can see on the screen, this is a notepad and I have written a bunch of things. The funny thing is I wrote this script in April of 2024 and I did not get around to doing it until now. I had plans of starting this channel at the start of last year, but I procrastinated so much that I wrote the script in April and actually didn't upload anything until August 15th. And even when I didn't upload this. I started my Devil Circuit prep series. So you know what, at least I got a reason to start my channel and start uploading videos regularly. Better late than never, right? So it's finally here. And in this video, we are going to be talking about how to actually accomplish the goals that you set for yourself this year. For example, let's take two people, person A and person B. At the start of this year, both of these people made a goal that they will lose weight and gain muscle in 2025. At the end of 2025, person A has accomplished that while person B hasn't. So what is the difference between them? The difference is not the goals, because the goals they have set is the same. The resolution was the same: lose fat and gain muscle. What was the difference? The main difference between these two were the systems that they put in place to actually accomplish these goals. So the thing is, everyone wants to make more money, everyone wants to look better, everyone wants to be fitter and have more muscle on their frame. But the difference between the people who accomplish it and the people who don't accomplish it is the path that they follow. So in this video I'll tell you guys a couple of ways how you can actually execute on your goals. Even if you don't exactly accomplish the goal, I'll tell you guys how to get closer to the goal at least by the end of this year. Why I feel like I can give you advice in this field is because at some point I used to be 120 kgs. Now I'm around 94 kgs. And even if you go through all the previous videos on this channel, you can see that I made a goal, I followed through it. Even if I didn't get to the 100% mark for it, I made progress and I definitely got better. And I definitely got closer to the goal instead of just sitting and not doing anything about it. So if you're completely lost in life or you don't know where to begin this new year, let me give you a step-by-step guide on how you can find some clarity in your life and start taking action from tomorrow. There are some mistakes in the overall scripts, so let's ignore the small mistakes and just focus on the main thing that I'm trying to tell you here. Person A and person B wanted to lose fat and gain muscle, but you might be confused as to where to start at all. So one tip is, look around in your life, look at the life that you're leading right now. Try to divide it into separate sections like physical, mental, financial, spiritual, social, etc. Keep it as a measurable statistic in your life and see where you are lagging behind the most. First up, pick a thing. You might be tempted to start tackling all your problems at once, but you have to pick the one that you're more lagging behind the most in and try to make progress on that. You can pick it on the basis of where you're lagging the most, or you can pick a thing based on how important it is for you. One thing before we move on to the second step is, take a notebook or take a sheet of paper and actually start writing this, because the more you write, the more tangible things are and the more it gets in your head that this is an actual thing and I actually want to follow through on this. Write down why you even want to do the thing that you're planning to do. So there is a saying called, if a man knows his why, he can bear almost anyhow, which means that if you know the reason why you want to do a certain thing, you will go through anything to achieve that goal. Write it down properly, write it down in the most detail you have ever written down anything in your life. So write down your why, give yourself and give your brain a reason as to why you want to execute on this and how it will help you if this thing is accomplished. And write this and keep reading it over and over again. Third step is, make SMART goals. So SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant and time bound. So the first thing you want to be is specific. That's why I said take a piece of paper, take a notebook and start writing it down, because you want to be as specific as possible when you're writing down your goals. Be specific. Write down numbers. Have numbers in your mind. The only reason we are doing all of this is to make sure that it is plausible for the brain to comprehend this. If your brain is not able to comprehend what you're trying to do, it will not make any action on this. It will be scared and it will just be frozen in place instead of taking action. So first step, be specific. Second step is, measure it. Always make sure that you have a way of tracking your progress towards your goal. For example, I'll keep taking this weight as an example because this is the path that I have gone down And I think this is the one of the easiest examples that you can give. Like for example, if you're tracking weight loss or weight gain, have a weighing scale. That's the easiest thing you can do. You can have a weighing scale and you can track yourself every morning when you get up, so that you know if you're increasing your weight day by day or you're decreasing your weight day by day. If you're planning to do something financial, have an Excel sheet to track down where your money is going, or or how much the balance was at the start of this month versus the start of last month. Third step, attainable. As much as we would like to be a billionaire by the end of 2025, or 10% body fat and 70 kgs of pure muscle, that's not attainable. Until a 1 in a billion miracle happens, that is not attainable. So please make sure when you're writing down these goals that you write down something that is actually plausible. Like I said in the previous point, for your brain to comprehend. Definitely dream big. Keep your dreams as big as possible, but those dreams will be in the time frame of 3 to 5 years or even 10 years. But when you're writing down a goal for the end of this year, be reasonable, but don't underestimate yourself. This is a very tricky point because you have to balance between underestimating and overestimating yourself, but it doesn't have to be exact. Even if you're underachieving or overachieving compared to the goal, it's alright. It's not that big of a deal, but definitely keep an attainable goal in mind. Coming to the fourth point, relevant. There's not much to explain here. Make sure the goal is connected to the aspect of your life that you're focusing on. The last part of the acronym is time bound. Like I mentioned in the first part of the acronym, by the end of this year, we want to make sure that there is an end date to this, and you can have it in months as well. It doesn't have to be just this year. You can take a goal saying that I want to read a book every month, or I want to have this much money in my account by the end of July or June. It doesn't matter. Just make sure it is time bound so that your brain has a start line and a finish line, and you know what's the distance and the time frame between them. Also, setting a finish line will make it easier for your brain to go on when it's very low on willpower. You can just remind yourself that it's only these many days or these many weeks, and then you can actually take your foot off the pedal for some time, and then you can refocus again. Now coming to the part that I was talking about in the start of this video, systems, or you can also call them habits. So the first thing you know about is the habit loop. So this is the habit loop. I'll have this link in the description down below, so you can check it out for yourself. You can read the whole article for yourself. A habit consists of 3 parts. It's the cue, the routine, and the reward. So if you want to learn how to make good habits or how to destroy bad habits, this is the loop that you need to master first of all. So first thing is the cue, which tells your brain that I have to do this habit. So when the brain is triggered, you do the routine, which is the actual habit. Then you get the reward, which strengthens this loop and tells your brain that if there is this cue and if you do this routine, you get this reward. So let's talk about a habit that you already have, which is maybe getting hungry at a certain point in the day. At a certain point, your brain will look at the time and will go, I am hungry, this is time for lunch. You do the routine, which is eating lunch itself, and the reward is the feeling of hunger is no more. You feel satisfied, you feel full, you feel better compared to how you were before. So this is how a habit is formed. Let's say if you want to create a good habit, you need to have a cue. For example, let's take, if you want to make reading a habit, a cue would be an alarm that you set in your phone that says routine would be the actual reading of the book, and the reward would be a sense of accomplishment that you get from reading the book. So if you keep repeating this cycle enough times, you can form a habit. I think the popular saying is it takes 21 days to create a habit, and to break a habit, it works in the same way. You need to figure out what your cue is. Let's say for example, smoking. One of the cues would be after work, when your friends are with you or you're out for your lunch break, and then your brain will remember, oh, I've done this before. I need to smoke so that I get a good dose of nicotine in my system and I feel relief afterwards. In some examples, for bad habits, you can destroy the cue itself because it's self-made. So if there is no cue, there will be no routine and no reward. It is easier said than done. It takes a lot of willpower and strength to destroy the cue and stop following with the routine and reward, because it is built in your brain. Your brain expects a certain routine and reward to happen after it gets the cue. So in some cases, if the cue is broken, it's good, but in most cases the cue will still be there. You can change your routine. For example, instead of smoking, you can go for a walk, you can go eat some fruits, go eat some vegetables, go get a glass of juice or something. The reward will actually still be the same. So that was all about habit. You can read books like The Power of Habit or Atomic Habit if you want to get a better understanding of how a habit is formed and those books are actually very helpful in forming good habits and breaking bad habits. And another bonus tip from this video is start writing. Like start journaling, start writing whatever is in your brain. Just start writing it down on a piece of paper, and I promise that you will get more clarity from it. You will be more focused if you're writing, and if you're remembering what happened throughout your day or what happened the last day, and you write it down on a piece of paper. It helps your memory, it helps you focus, and it helps you be present in the moment for that particular time. So definitely start writing. I think this is the first proper video that I've done for 2025, and since the Devil's Circuit is now over, I will be trying this out for myself. I have specific areas in my life where I need to focus on right now. I will follow this exact same step, and I will let you guys know what the result is in the future. And I'll definitely make more videos like this in the future, more of self-help, or whatever I read from a book, I'll make a book review of that. So thank you guys for watching this video. Remember that you're the greatest project that you'll ever work on. Never give up. See you in the next one.